please remain silent. Anything you say and can will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have the present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questionings if you wish. All right. You good, dude?
Hello, my friends. Today is September the 7th, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everybody. See who we got here. Let's say hello. Hello, Mark. First in, Mark the Shark. I love that. That's great. Rubber Ramada, Crime Time with Sheila. So nice to see you, Sheila. Hope your little baby doggy's doing good. Teresa is cooking beans and teaching themselves how to repair some jewelry. Love that. Love that. Hannah, how are you doing, sweet pea? How are you doing? Seeking justice. I love the music too. Dance party. Dance party. How's your Sunday, Seeking Justice? So this is impromptu. This is impromptu. Hi, Mark. I'm so glad you're hanging out. How is your channel going? How are things going for you, Mark? How are things going? You're enjoying your days off? Those are the best kind of days off. Peace. Hey, Solistic Glow, how's it going? How is it going? Long time no see in a chat. So it really was super impromptu. I got to the computer, searched up a few things, and then I found a most interesting story. Good. Good. What is your picture? Is that a boat on the water? That makes me want to go fishing or swimming or something. Something. Gucci. How about you? So I just searched up a couple of things that I thought was really interesting, and then I fell on a case that I really, really want to deep dive um, this week. So first and foremost, just something that I've been thinking about for a while on following up, and then I just happened to see, and then there's a story that came up about little JonBenét Ramsey and her family. It's a boat. Oh, it looks like fun. I want to go on a boat. So this is a very little part of what we're going to go over, but I definitely want to talk about some of this things when I looked up the top 5 true crime stories that were happening this weekend. Hey Denise, hey loves, I'm here but lurking while I strip out of these clothes. So tired. Well, girl, just don't accidentally turn your camera on because you'll be out in the public. Yes, JonBenét Ramsey. So this was published. It looks like today, not that long ago. So I just want to read over this story, and then we're going to switch over to one that I found that I'm really sad that I didn't know about that was happening a couple of days ago. Yeah, don't accidentally turn that camera on, girl. So JonBenét Ramsey. Let me speak English. JonBenét Ramsey's family is hopeful as new evidence is getting tested after a 30-year case. I can't believe it's been 30 years. Can you guys believe it's been that long? Hi, Norma. So glad to see you. So JonBenét's father says they're doing new testing on evidence that could help identify the person that caused the homicide of his daughter. The article is giving a trigger warning for anybody that doesn't know about JonBenét Ramsey, but I'm going to guess that the people that are here hanging out with me do know who this is. And so it is a distressing topic. JonBenét's father has revealed that new testing is being done on the evidence from the almost 30-year-old case. One of the most tragic and well-documented cases began when the 6-year-old was reported missing from her home in Colorado on the 26th of December of 1996, the day after Christmas. Police discovered a ransom note in the staircase demanding $118,000, a figure close to what her father's bonus was at the time. Later that day, her body was found in the basement, revealing that she had been essayed and brutally murdered. Her family were considered the most likely suspects but were never indicted as investigators explored various intruder theories. Contaminated evidence remained an issue. Then became a breakthrough in 2008 thanks to advanced DNA testing that excluded the possibility of her family being involved. There was instead a suggestion of an unexplained third party. Cute little girl. JonBenét suffered a skull fracture from being strangled with a garrote made from cord and a paintbrush. And now the girl's father, John Ramsey, has revealed that new tests are being done on evidence from the case. Ramsey and his longtime lawyer, Hal Haddon, made an appearance at a CrimeCon in Colorado on Saturday, the 6th of September. I would have loved to have been there. I would have loved to have been there. I want to go to a CrimeCon. I'm going to go to a CrimeCon, and I want all of you to be there. Let's all go. Let's just go. We'll have to find one central to everybody. There's not going to be one central to everybody. We're just going to have to go to all of the CrimeCons. I have pressed hard for DNA analysis of the knots in this garrote, which our DNA experts say could be quite promising because someone had to tie those, and they're fairly sophisticated, Haddon said. Someone had to use their fingers and likely got their DNA in the knots. They've never done that testing, and I questioned them on that every time that we've met. The handle on the garrote is wooden, and the wooden handle has never been tested for DNA, even though splinters from that handle were found on and inside the body of JonBenét. He said that the case was extraordinarily premeditated and said that the ransom note, which quoted extensively from. Now listen. He said that the case was extraordinarily premeditated and said that the ransom note, which quoted extensively from murder movies, which were contemporary in the day, movies like Dirty Harry, like Go Ahead and Make My Day kind of stuff. Ramsey added that he had met with New Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redfern earlier this week and described him as a very cordial person. I'm good, dude. Are you good, dude? He seems to be confident, has a lot of experience, came from outside the Boulder Police Department, which is a big thing, the father said. For years, the family accused the Boulder police of immediately considering them to be guilty. While Ramsey likes the new police chief, he said he's still having issues getting them to use forensic genealogy on DNA taken from the crime scene. He claims that his offer to raise $1 million to fund the testing was respectfully rejected by the police force. I had not heard about that. We've been pushing really hard for that to happen, he said. There are outside labs, a few that are really good at it, and not only can do the testing, which is needed now, but get the sample in the right format to do the genealogy research. We have unidentified male DNA, but it's not in a format compatible with databases. So it looks like there was a new Netflix series last year. I think we saw that. We might have watched that even in a Discord last year. I didn't realize how aged he had become until we did watch that. I mean, after doing this for 30 years, I can't imagine. He still hasn't given up on his 6-year-old daughter's murder case 28 years on. On December 26 of 1996, John and Patsy Ramsey woke up to find the ransom note detailing their youngest daughter had been kidnapped. Instead, the little girl was assaulted and murdered in her own home in Colorado, which we know. So really, basically, the long and short of it is they're pushing for this new type of DNA testing that they can do. There's a new police chief in town. And so what we're going to have to do is just kind of sit on the testing and wait and see if anything comes up on that. So that's basically the long and short of that one. That was the first thing that came up. And in my travels, the next thing I noticed was this poor girl. Let me stop sharing this here. Stop sharing this so I could talk about this. Have any of you heard of Dacara Thompson yet? Dacara Thompson. Dacara Thompson. She's 19. She was reported missing on August 23rd. She was last seen on August 22nd in Lanham, Maryland. Her SUV was found the next day near Riggs Road in Langley Park. The suspect was arrested. He's originally from Guatemala. His name is Hugo Hernandez-Mendez. Hugo Hernandez-Mendez. He was originally from Guatemala. He's been arrested and charged with first and second degree murder. He's being held without bond. You've heard of him? Okay, good. Let me share this page right here. So this, like I said, this is impromptu. So I'm just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants here. We're just going to go over what I found, a few of the things. And so the timeline that I found for this lovely face of insanity here. August the 22nd, way late. Dacara was leaving to get gas. Her last communication was to her dad that night. You didn't hit the like button? Wow. How dare you? Glitters forever. Hi, beautiful. Look at that picture. Look y'all fancy. On August 23rd, her family reports her missing. There's a surveillance camera that later shows her getting into a black SUV, and her SUV was located near Riggs Road in Langley Park. Her body was found off of Route 50 in Anne Arundel County. So we're going to go over all of that. I know, girl. Allegedly speculating. Thank you so much. Yeah, hit that like button. Hi, Glitter. Hi, allegedly. Hannah's throwing hearts in the chat. It's good to see you too. Solistic Glow, hit that like before you did. Southern Cats, hello. Welcome in. Nice to see you. So I'm kind of going over the basics of the case first. So the 22nd, she was missing. She was at a gas station, and that was the last communication. The 23rd, her family reported her missing the next day, and they had some surveillance that showed her getting into a black SUV. Her SUV was located near Riggs Road in Langley Park on the 24th. That's where they found her SUV. So then a week later, the 31st, her body was found off of Route 50 in Anne Arundel County. There was a search warrant executed at a Bowie residence on September the 4th, so like 4 days later, with evidence of the actual homicide found in this man's bedroom. They arrested Hugo Hernandez-Mendez, and they announced charges for first and second degree. And then they held a press conference, so we'll watch that. The identity was confirmed on the 7th. He has a no bond status right now. There is a scheduled hearing on 9/8/25, so on Monday at 1:15 p.m. It's a bond and bond review hearing. He's not going to get out. There's no way. Good evening, Orange Rose. So nice to see you. Stop before I come in there and smell your like button. I'm so glad you're in a good mood. I was so worried. I was so worried. How was your mama? How was your mama? I know she's getting ready for surgery tomorrow. Everybody, please send out the most positive vibes. And if you're a praying person, send those over to allegedly speculating so that her mama can come out the other side of this surgery and be well. She's going to go into a rehab for a couple of months after that. So I know she's going to be a ball of nerves tomorrow. Southern Cats, that cat is so fantastic. She's okay. I'm going super early in the morning. Okay, you're going to leave out in the morning. Very good. Very good. So, so far from the Maryland Judiciary case search, the only thing that I can get a hold of as far as documents, I'll have to go in and put in a FOIA for the documents that they have because they're not available right now. But if you need them at all, absolutely go to Maryland case search and you'll be able to find him by his name, Hernandez-Mendez and Hugo Rene. He looks like he was born on December the 26th of 1989. I thought that was pretty weird. Like we just talked about JonBenét Ramsey and being 1226, 30 years ago, and this guy was born in 1226. It's just weird. Thank you, allegedly. Definitely sending prayers to Mama speculating. State's attorney, Prince George's state's attorney. It's from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. I don't hear about a lot of the stuff out of Maryland, but I don't look up there. So right now he's held without bond. He has charge number 1. It's murder in the first degree. Probable cause, yes. So the probable cause affidavit is probably lengthy. And then second degree, yes, probable cause. So he had his first appearance on the 5th, and he'll have a second appearance. He has he also has a detainer by ICE. By ICE as well. So let's read over this right here, and then we'll go straight into the press conference that they had about him. Or about her. This poor young girl. We haven't even seen a picture of her yet. I'll show you. Maryland man charged in the killing of missing 19-year-old Dacara Thompson. It's a child just starting her life. A Maryland man has been arrested and charged in the killing of a 19-year-old woman who was reported missing last month. Prince George's County Police announced Friday Hugo Hernandez-Mendez, 35, of Bowie, is charged with first and second degree murder in the death of Dacara Thompson of Lanham. On August 31st, Maryland State Police discovered a body in neighboring Anne Arundel County. The remains were later identified as Thompson, prompting a joint investigation with county detectives. Investigators said surveillance footage showed Thompson approaching a black SUV in the early morning hours of August 23rd. After speaking to the driver, she entered the vehicle. Police said the SUV went to a home in the 12,000 block of Kimbridge Drive in Bowie, where evidence indicates she was killed in a bedroom. Hernandez-Mendez allegedly had access to the SUV and lived in the bedroom where the killing occurred, investigators said. Detectives are working to determine whether Hernandez-Mendez and Thompson knew each other before August 23rd. What was a 19-year-old doing with a 35-year-old? The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner has not released a cause of death, but investigators said that they expect the case to be ruled a homicide. So we're not even getting told the manner of death at the moment. Hernandez-Mendez is being held without bail. ICE said Hernandez-Mendez is an illegal alien from Guatemala and issued a detainer for him. Allegedly says, thank you all. I saw her today and she was good, but everyone is concerned we won't see her after surgery as she has to be in a sterile environment for 4 days, but I will be at the hospital with family until 4 days. I'm glad that they're taking care of her. I know you've been extremely worried. You'll be with her until she's out of surgery and back. You'll be back live on Tuesday. You'll be working on FOIAs tomorrow, and you've got a well-known case for us all. That'll be fantastic. We'll be excited to hear about it. I'll be super excited to hear about it. I'd be super excited to hear that your mom made it through the surgery as well. So that's where my concentration will be. I know you've always got good stuff going on in the life. I'm excited. Hugo Hernandez-Mendez, an illegal alien from Guatemala, has been charged with first and second degree murder in the gruesome death. How do you know it's gruesome if we're not even being told the cause of death of 19-year-old Dacara Thompson? ICE has issued a detainer for this criminal illegal alien, and justice will be served for this Maryland family, ICE said in a statement on social media. Maryland Governor Wes Moore released a statement on Thompson's death, saying she was taken from us by an act of senseless violence. Okay, this is going to be the police sharing an update on the case. This came out on September 5th out of Prince George's County Police Department. This is their press conference. I'm going to boost that volume and turn this down a little bit, make sure it's not too loud for us here. Let me know if you're able to hear it, please.
I'm the manager of the Media Relations Division for the Prince George's County Police Department, and we really appreciate you joining us this morning. Speaking with you this morning will be Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader, the County Executive for Prince George's County, Aisha Braveboy, the Superintendent of the Maryland State Police, Colonel Roland L. Butler Jr., the Chief of the Bowie Police Department, Dwayne A. Preston, and the State's Attorney for Prince George's County, Tara Jackson. I would also like to recognize Prince George's County DCAO Mel Powell. Because this investigation
I think I heard allegedly mention this the other day that all of the news conferences all start out with the thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for this department, thank you for that department, thank you, Mr. and Mr. Mayor, thank you for the, just a bunch of niceties.
remains very active. We'll take a few questions at the end of the presentation, but we'll be very limited in what we can answer. At this time, I'd like to introduce Prince George's County Police Chief, George Nader.
Good morning. First, I'd like to thank members of the media for showing sensitivity during the reporting of this case. We know there were questions that you had and questions that we couldn't answer due to the investigation being ongoing. On September 5th, detectives from the Prince George's County Police Department's Homicide Division developed probable cause to present charges for the murder of Dacara Thompson. This morning, criminal charges were issued for first-degree and second-degree murder. The facts of the case: 19-year-old Dacara Thompson was last seen on August the 22nd. She was reported missing the very next day. On August the 21st, her family located the vehicle in the area of Jasmine Terrace in Hyattsville, Maryland. On August 31st, what we believe to have been Dakara's body was located by the Maryland State Police Department in the area of eastbound Route 50 at Route 97. On August 23rd, in the area of University Boulevard in Hyattsville, Maryland, a short distance from her vehicle, at approximately 3 a.m. For reasons still under investigation, it appears that Dacara willfully entered a vehicle being driven by Hugo Hernandez-Mendez, 35-year-old male out of Bowie, Maryland. Through investigative techniques and video review, detectives were able to track the vehicle's movement to an address on Kimber Ridge Drive in Bowie, Maryland. On September 4th, several search warrants were obtained and executed pertaining to this case, which led detectives to obtain enough probable cause to take Hugo Hernandez-Mendez into custody and present him to the court commissioner for the murder of Dacara Thompson. We believe the murder occurred in the home on Cambridge Drive in Hernandez's bedroom. Her body was taken to the location that it was recovered at by Hernandez. At this time, there are no additional suspects. However, this investigation is ongoing. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family during this time. Detectives from the Prince George's County Police Department's Missing Persons Unit were quickly Bowie, who worked jointly and tirelessly.
It was really weird.
To determine the facts of this case. Because the pre-existing relationships between our agencies, we are where we are. There's still a lot of investigative work to be done in this case, and we're asking members of the community or anyone that may have information about this case to contact us at 1-866-411-TIPS. Throughout this case, members at the highest level of our law enforcement agencies were kept abreast of every development, and cooperative decisions were made jointly. I have no words to express my appreciation for the Superintendent of the Maryland State Police, Colonel Butler, and Bowie's City Police Chief, Dwayne Preston, for their involvement. In addition to law enforcement involvement in this case, the highest level of our governments were kept abreast of this matter. This included daily briefings with Deputy Chief Administrative Officer Melvin Powell and County Executive Aisha Braveboy.
So I know I was reading just a little bit on the case itself. I know this is going to spark some controversy because this is going to have a lot to do with the immigration issues that are going on in the country right now. The man was from Guatemala. Apparently he has a previous record. Now, I can't verify that yet because it's preliminary, but apparently, he's in the country illegally, and it's another case where another illegal immigrant has committed a heinous act. And so I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot more controversial than I thought. That's why I'm talking about it, because originally I just looked at a bunch of different things to kind of chat with you guys about on a Sunday night, but apparently this case seems to be bigger than I thought it was. So.
Both of who provided unwavering support for our teams who were conducting this investigation. Incidents like this affect our entire community. Ms. Braveboy's involvement in this case, for me, further reflects her passion for people and the community that we serve. On behalf of our department, I want to personally thank you for your support in this tough case. It meant a lot to me personally, and I appreciate it. At this point,
Did it say who she was? I guess I missed that.
Personally, thank you for your support
Okay, thank her, but I want to know who she is.
for people and the community that we serve. On behalf of our department, I want to personally thank you for your support in this tough case. It meant a lot to me personally, and I appreciate it. At this point, I'll turn it over to County Executive Aisha Braveboy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chief, and thank you to all of our public safety partners who are here with us today. But more importantly, I want to thank this community. When you found out that Dacara Thompson was missing, you answered the calls of her parents and her family to help find her, to locate her, because she means so much to so many. And so it is tough that we're at this point where the search is over and justice begins. I want to thank our superintendent. I want to thank also Chief Preston, the men and women of the Prince George's County Police Department and its homicide unit, as I have repeated numerous times as state's attorney, the best of the best. I want to thank you for closing this case quickly. And now we will hand this case over to our state's attorney, Tara Jackson, to seek justice. But I did want to reflect on Dacara Thompson, young 19-year-old graduate of St. Charles High School in Charles County.
Okay, so I was just reading in the Washington Post, and this is where she starts talking. I was like, I want to know about something about this girl, because there's no reason that a 19-year-old girl would be up in the middle of the night headed out. I want to know what was going on. What's wrong with her being out that late, and what's wrong with him being a 35-year-old male, and she ends up in his vehicle, and how does that happen? How did we get here? So I think she's going to tell a little bit about that, and then we'll switch over to the Washington Post, where it gives a little bit of insight to who she was. And then I finally would like to show you guys a picture of her, because that's one thing you haven't seen yet.
She was living with her father. And part of the reason she lived here is because she was working for nonprofit Prince George's as part of her service year option that she decided to participate in. And that this activity is sponsored by our Governor Wes Moore. So this is a young woman who dedicated her young life to serving others, And I want that to ring home to all of you, that this is a good young woman who wanted to do good for her community. And now her community will stand behind her family as we seek justice for her. I will now turn the mic over to our Superintendent Butler.
Good morning. On behalf of Governor Wes Moore and the entire Maryland Department of State Police family, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences to the family and friends of Ms. Dacara Thompson, a young life that was taken far too soon. Shortly before 5 p.m. on August 31st, troopers from the Maryland State Police Annapolis Barrack were dispatched to the area of U.S. Route 50 between Maryland Route 424 and Interstate 97 in Anne Arundel County for the report of a disabled vehicle. Upon arrival, troopers observed a female lying unresponsive in a grassy area off the highway. Information obtained indicated that the disabled vehicle was unrelated to the investigation that we have embarked upon. Investigators from the Maryland State Police Criminal Enforcement Division South Region responded to the scene along with state police crime scene technicians from our Forensic Services Division. They processed the scene. Shortly after, they contacted the Prince George's County Police. The Maryland State Police and the Prince George's County Police have been conducting a joint investigation into the death of Ms. Dacara Jackson. As additional information becomes available, I am sure the Prince George's County and the Maryland State Police will share that information with you. The circumstances surrounding her death still remain under investigation, so we will continue to answer those questions that we think the community and the family want those answers. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Chief Dwayne Preston from the City of Bowie.
Okay, we'll finish that, but I wanted to go over here, and we've seen a few things now about her. I'd like you to introduce you to her. This is Dacara. Meet Dacara Thompson. I'm sad about this. I'm sad about this one. I kind of stumbled on this, and I'm sad about it. What a beautiful girl. There's a lot of people on Facebook. I don't do a whole lot of Facebook deep diving, but I have seen a lot on Facebook and TikTok, and it does help sometimes to deep dive these cases in a way that it's not necessarily speculation, but people that know her or people that have been involved in her community. She was beautiful, wasn't she? Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know who these people are, so don't quote me on anything, and anything that you see on Facebook and TikTok, we have to take with a grain of salt. And sometimes even on media, we have to, social media is obviously, but I'm saying even on mainstream media, sometimes the news gets it wrong. So we just take it with, it is what it is. Christina Hansberry says, I tried to stay off the topic about Dacara Thompson. I'm deeply devastated about what happened to her. Her mother searched for her baby girl every day and kept promoting on social media for everyone to look for her daughter. The fact that Dacara is no longer here and the first thing I see is the accuser is an illegal immigrant. Like, why does that information matter right now? I may have my own personal beliefs about illegals, but to bring that up in this situation is tacky to me. It's not to me because it's going to be a controversial subject, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm thanking God this young lady is, I'm thinking, I don't know why that's worded that way. I'm thinking God, this young lady is no longer here and the media brings the attention to the political issues instead of two parents grieving. It was poorly worded there. Again, Dakara's mama searched for her daughter every day. The media should have kept the attention on the family and how much we need to pray for them. The fact that people are making nasty accusations about Dacara is also tacky to me. Folks act like they didn't do anything crazy at the age of 19 or been in places they should not have been at the age of 19. I know I've done things and I've been places I shouldn't have been when I was a teenager, and by the grace of God, I'm still here. None of us should be judging Dacara at all. This comes from a very judgy post, in my opinion. I understand where she's coming from. I hate that this happened to Dacara, and I pray that Dakara's parents will get justice for daughter's death. I understand where she's coming from. I completely respect the fact that there's obviously an issue that's lying somewhere that we haven't explored yet. So maybe the media turned their attention more towards the perpetrator as opposed to the girl that was missing. I don't know. I don't blame this girl for anything. She was a beautiful 19-year-old young woman that didn't deserve what happened to her regardless. So it has to be said. It's very sad what happened to this young lady. She's lost her life doing something she knew better to do. All money is not good money. If you're in the game of selling yourself, oh my God. Okay. 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 If you're in the game of selling yourself, you got to have someone who knows your every move. So young, so sad, and a classic case of lying to parents gone bad, praying for the family. She was 19. She can lie to whoever she wants to lie to. We see what you guys are saying. Glitter says, oh my God, she was so pretty. She's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, she was beautiful. Allegedly said she was very pretty. Oh my gosh. I think it's judgy too. How does this lady writing the article know what she was even in a place she wasn't supposed to be? Maybe she was in a place he wasn't supposed to be. I hate that. I agree. I don't know yet. I guess we're gonna have to find out together, right? Very opinionated, just saying, but we all have opinions. So yeah, but to say that we shouldn't concentrate on the overall issue that was happening. Well, he was illegal, so obviously he was in a place he wasn't supposed to be. Touche. I like that. Yeah, it's sad. And so now the assumption that we can make on here from this person, I don't know who this is, somebody out of Ohio, that she might have been doing something she shouldn't have been, as in maybe selling herself in the overnight hours. I don't know. That's just what this says. This is purely speculation. I have no clue if that's even a fact. None at all. All right, I'm not sure what this is going to say. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared. Here we go.
You see this animal?
Mm.
Yeah, he murdered Dacara Thompson. This fucking illegal.
Oof, oof.
This is what I need y'all to do, because we know what the Democrats are going to do. They're going to fight for his rights. They're going to raise a bunch of money, and he's about to basically be the poster child for the injustice of the criminal system. To hell with Dacara and her rights and her life. It's about this bastard. Anyway, what I need y'all to do is be just as loud for Dacara as you were for Lake and Raleigh and others.
Mhm.
You know, because I'm just keeping it real. Oftentimes, when stuff happens to
Agreed.
girls
100%.
that are black or otherwise, no one says anything. It's just par for the course. So listen, when Lake and Raleigh got murdered, I was loud. Because I don't think any American should have to suffer through this. But I don't know, man. Y'all beat up the comments. Lift your voices, man. Lift your voices.
I know people are going to be beating up the comments for sure because this is going to be controversial, like I said. This woman did a reading. I'm not going to read about that. Not sure anything about that. So I think I've already introduced you to the a-hole that murdered her. So Dacara Rose Thompson, a beautiful, bright young girl that worked at my cousin's nonprofit organization. Here's one that's positive. I like that. Please pray for her family during this time. I know firsthand the pain of losing a loved one to violence, and it's a pain that I wouldn't wish on anyone. Her family needs all the prayers they can get. At only 19 years old, she spent the last year of her life uplifting her community at nonprofit Prince George's County under the leadership of Tiffany Turner. Dacara Rose Thompson's young legacy will live on in our hearts. You love to see it. There she is right there. Oh, gosh. She does. She looks so young. Look, there she is right there. So working at the resource center. Look at her. She looks very concentrated right there. She's got something on her mind. Goodness gracious. PG County, be aware. I don't know. Some of these I'm scared of. Some of these people are mean and they say things that I can't take back off of the
Third
internet.
woman
So let's see.
that I've heard within the last 2 weeks that has been missing from the Prince George's County, specifically the Hyattsville area. I think this new woman or somebody was missing from the 6900 block of Bellcrest Road. Somebody else missing from 59th Avenue. And I think they found Dacara Thompson's car in Hyattsville. I hate to say it. I really think they may be dealing with a serial killer in the area. That's a pattern. Black
Interesting.
women, be safe.
Whoops.
Listen, I hate to listen.
Interesting. It's an interesting subject. Allegedly says, yeah, some people are assuming she was a lady of the night because she met him so late. I was wondering if she was reaching out to help someone she thought needed help. That's a perfectly valid question. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. And everything that I'm finding, there's some things that say stuff one direction. It's preliminary. You know how that goes. Allegedly, everybody's going to be like, yeah, saying one thing, and then we turn around, and then some actual facts come out, just kind of like you're going through in the Austin Drummond case. It was pretty much clear cut. We thought he was one way, and then you're digging into this case, and all of a sudden it's like, but wait a minute, or maybe not. Maybe she's. I'm a night person. I'm not a night. I'm not a lady of the night. I'm a night person. My husband and my family work overnight, so makes me so mad. I wish they wouldn't assume and put labels on people they don't know for sure. That was my child. I would not want that to happen to her. Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. Rick Soup, baby. Oh, it's gonna get me on the music. What pretty girl? This is heartbreaking. A young girl kidnapped and violated and murdered. Rest in peace, Dacara. She was so young. Very pretty. Very, very pretty girl. Mm-mm-mm. Don't want him to get me for the Selena song. I'm a night person too. I'm a middle of the night person. In fact, 3:30 this morning, my son and I went to the gas station to get a snack. No shame. No shame. I'm a night person. For example, it's 2:10 a.m. here, and I'm full of energy. I just wish they would quit assuming and putting labels on these people without knowing, because you can't take that back. I agree. Because once it's out there, right? Once it's out there. Yeah, this is a long one. She had a lot of TikToks. She must have been pretty prevalent over there. Pretty girl. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so there's quite a bit of media on her. So, oh, this is so heartbreaking. My daughter wonders why I worry when she's out. I'm praying for the parents of Dacara Thompson. He took her life. She was only 19 years old. Now she's gone, her body discarded in the grass like trash. Dacara vanished. One moment she was walking down a street in Lanham, Maryland. The next, silence. Her family knew something was wrong. They called police, filed reports, held on to hope, but days passed. And then a body was found in a grassy patch off Route 50, surrounded by nothing but trees and whispers of evil. It was her. The man accused of ending her life, Hugo Hernandez-Mendez, 35, now charged with her murder. Police say she was last seen on camera getting into his black SUV around 4 a.m. that morning. What happened next is the stuff of nightmares. She was taken to a house in Bowie. Inside the home, evidence of a brutal death was discovered. Police say she was murdered in a bedroom, a room the suspect slept in, lived in, walked in like nothing happened. They found enough horror inside those walls to charge him with the first and second degree murder. Now he sits behind bars, no bond, no escape, but that doesn't bring Dacara back. Her cause of death is still pending, but investigators believe it will be ruled a homicide. And the worst part, they still don't know. Did she know him, or did she just trust the wrong stranger in the darkness? She got into that car and never came back out. He lured her, took her, and killed her, and dumped her like her life meant nothing. The story of evil hiding in plain sight. It's every parent's nightmare. This is why we warn our daughters about monsters even when they smile. Rest in power, Dacara. We will not forget you. We will speak your name louder than this. If you know anything at all, call the PGPD homicide unit. Don't let another girl vanish into the dark. Oh, sad man. Oh my gosh, that her family.
The BODY of 19-year-old Maryland woman Dacara Thompson, who has been missing for nearly 10 days, is suspected to have been found.
Oh no, I want my baby back with me. I don't wish this on nobody.
The BODY of 19-year-old Maryland woman
Why does it
Dacara
say
Thompson, who has
BODY?
been missing for...
Let's say BODY. Oh, What may seem like good intentions or a fun time may cost you your life. Parents and grandparents, we need to value our bonds with our kids and grandchildren and protect them any way we can. Dakara's story should make us more aware. Even though it might be some truth to the situation, but do y'all think it's okay for people to speak up under this 19-year-old's clothes in her death? Now, like I said, some things they're speaking on hit a lot of people's households. I just think good memories of her should be spoke on this tragedy. What y'all's thoughts and prayers? I think, okay, so to be fair, I do think that awareness of the situation is important. I do think talking about the situation, especially to the young girls, is something that we should bring up. How you leave the house, the people that you talk to, the strangers that you trust, the areas that you visit, the places that you live, the environments that we live in. I absolutely think 100% we should talk about that. And when there are things that happen like this, even though we don't want to be disrespectful and we don't want to call her a lady of the night, we don't want to call her bad things, if it is in case it a fact in the case, then yes, we should talk about it, because the only way we're going to overcome some of these things is to teach our children the lessons that need to be learned. And you learn that from the past. That's how we fix the future. What did Orange say? I feel we need to learn lessons from. There you go. Okay, I agree with that. We need to learn lessons from these cases regardless. It's an uncomfortable and unfortunate truth that we're not safe when alone. I agree with that. Awareness is very important. Absolutely. I agree with that. I just think it's important. If we just keep hiding the fact that these things are happening and we're just shush and put it under the rug, if there are things that we could teach our children, we're not going to do it. If we just decide we're just going to, I mean, people can look at it as gossiping. You can call it whatever you want. Whatever makes the headlines or sensationalizes cases sometimes is what teaches us to learn and to take away things that we wouldn't normally. Let's see what this is about here.
And that's exactly what it is. The hard truth is.
So it says this right here. The comment says it's coming to the light. Everyone is dancing around the details. It's unfortunate. And now her parents have find out when she was up to with the rest of the world. I'm sure her folks would have given her what she wanted. Okay. So might be hard to hear. I'm not sure.
What the girl was doing that she thought was a secret, what she secretly was doing, what her secret society was, has came to light. And it's an unfortunate situation that it had to come to light like this. Of course, we think that when we grown, we don't got to tell our parents and our friends and other people what we're doing, and we don't. But what you do in the dark will come to light. And if this is not an example of that, I don't know. It's an unfortunate situation. She was selling it. Simple. You know how many other females it was that this happened to? That's why videos need to be made to prevent it. Stop meeting these men on these apps and the internet. Stop meeting up with these men.
Let's just talk about it. What I'm about to say is probably not what a lot of you want to hear, but let's
get me on that music. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm at with that. It's really sad, and I don't know what's going on with her in her personal life. Like I said, I'm sure that a lot more details than I have already come out. I'm sure there will be a lot more details on this case as we go through. Looks like her parents right here.
Dacara Thompson's parents just want her home.
It's been hard. It's been hard.
They say the 19-year-old went missing last Friday night after leaving her dad's house in Lanham.
It was a little after 10 p.m. She said, "Dad, I'll be back."
Dakara's father tried to contact her that night. He says she told him she was getting gas at this station near their home and would be back. But the next day, she didn't return. So they tracked her car, a white 2013 Ford Edge, and found that it was here, parked in front of a fire hydrant near the intersection of Jasmine Terrace and Riggs Road in Langley Park.
The police came to the scene. We did discover that all of her personal belongings were in her car, such as her purse, her credit card, her debit cards. She even had $60 cash.
Dacara's father gave News 4 this surveillance video allegedly taken from a home near where Dacara's SUV was found. He says it appears to show her walking away from the car around 1:30 a.m. Saturday morning, about 3 hours after she left her father's home in Lanham. Her parents say they haven't heard from or seen Dacara since. Her phone was not left in her car, and her parents say it's been disabled.
It's not like her at all. This is out of the norm for her. She's a introvert. She doesn't have an enormous amount, like a lot of friends that she hangs with or anything like that. And like, we're really close.
Prince George's County Police tell us they are investigating, but wouldn't share many details with us. Dacara's parents say they have no idea why she would come to this neighborhood. They're desperate to find her and want anyone who's seen her to call police.
We've been saturating the area, family and friends, with flyers. We've been knocking on doors, just everything to try to just get our daughter back home safely.
Poor thing. So there's a couple of, okay, Nugget, thank you. I love you too. Thank you very much. Please get off the keyboard. Nugget is typing to all of you guys. Looks like it says she went to quickly meet someone at 1:30 a.m., maybe a guy she met or something, but it's strange to meet up with someone that early in the morning, leaving your personal items in the car. Sounds like it was to be a quick transaction of some sort, but things went left. Track her messages and phone. That would be the first start, because I'm sure she probably texted somebody. I'm sure she did. No worries, Hannah. Thank you so much. I always forget that it's like commands. So I guess we'll have to wait for a couple of things. I'm going to try to get in touch with the documents. That's my first line of defense here. As we know, allegedly, we like to go with the facts of the case that we can find, the probable case, the probable cause affidavit, the warrant, and of course the arraignment. So that's where I'm going to start with that. It does look like they have a GoFundMe up. If you guys want that, just let me know, and I'll be able to put that into the description after the live. So that's where we're at with that. This was the missing persons flyer that the family put out with her when I first saw the case. So yeah, there we are with that. That's a pretty picture. Look at this man. It says, why the fuck wasn't he in Mexico? Well, first of all, Yashram L, whoever you are, he wasn't Mexican. He's from Guatemala. Why would she get in a car with him when she had her own? Well, there's a million reasons to ask that question. She was more than likely catfished and couldn't escape the situation even in her best efforts. That's a stretch. Alligator prison, he goes. They would go to alligator prison, except for they're closing it down. I know, Sheila, these comments. It's like, huh? Oh my goodness. I think if she met him online, he did not use his pic because he used someone else's pic thinking she was going to reach up. Come on now. Some of these people just, yeah, maybe she was trying to help him. And maybe she wasn't. Maybe she wasn't trying to help him. I don't know. It's all speculation at this point. I'll definitely follow up on that. Let's finish watching the press conference they did. I know some people have just a lot of nerve, don't they?
Good morning. On behalf of our city manager, Alfred D. Lott, I want to express my condolences to the family of Dacara Thompson. Members of the Bowie Police Department have worked in great collaboration with Prince George's County Police Department and the Maryland State Police. And unfortunately, the evidence led to this incident culminating in the city of Bowie. We continue to work in partnership with our strong partnerships with our law enforcement agencies, and it's our prayer that as this case matriculates through the criminal justice system, that justice will be served for the family. Thank you.
Good morning. I too would like to first express my condolences to the family of Dacara Thompson. I cannot imagine the pain that the family is feeling right now. And I agree with the county executive when she says that the community is grieving with the family. I also want to thank the county executive and her leadership team, Chief Nader, Chief Preston, our Maryland State Police partners. We are indeed a team in bringing justice and protecting our community. I know that the public has been following this case closely, and oftentimes our community does not understand the legal process and roles of each member of our legal team, of our law enforcement team. So as state's attorney for Prince George's, I'm here this morning to explain the legal process and next steps. The police have charged Mr. Hernandez-Mendez, as you've heard, with murder and related charges. He has appeared before a commissioner, a judicial officer, and that commissioner has determined that there is probable cause to support the charges, and he was held without bond. Mr. Hernandez-Mendez will now appear at a bond hearing. We're not sure whether that bond hearing will be today or on Monday. And during that hearing, the court will determine whether or not he should remain held. And in making that decision, the court will look at the nature of the charges that are lodged against him, as well as the safety of the community. As I said, this bond hearing may occur on Monday and not today. At this point, there really is not much more that I can offer other than to say in the weeks to come, my office will do a thorough review of the evidence, and we will determine whether or not Mr. Hernandez-Mendez should be indicted, and if so, what he should be indicted for. It is important to remind our residents, and I want to do this always, that any person who is charged with a crime in Prince George's is entitled to due process through our judicial system, and it's my job as the state's attorney to ensure that the justice occurs, but that the processes are transparent and fair and in full accordance with the law. And finally, I just want to add that my office remains steadfast in working with our partners daily to make sure that our community is safe. Thank you.
So the deepest gratitude for the men and women of the Prince George's County Police Department that worked this case literally around the clock since she was reported missing. I deeply appreciate their efforts, and I appreciate the journalism that has covered this case to this point. Now we'll open it up for a few questions. Yeah.
Chief, I want to ask you your thoughts on what you think happened here with these two coming together, and then separately, is there any indication that she was alive around the home, or that this was a murder that happened?
We don't believe she was moving around the home. We believe everything transpired in the bedroom. So what is surrounding the two coming together, that's what we're still investigating.
Does the suspect have any other violent crimes in his past?
Nothing, not that we're aware of, but we are aware of one prior arrest that occurred with United States Park Police in April.
Oop, I was muted. Okay, so that answers one question. I was wondering specifically if he had a record before. So it looks like he might have had one issue with the United States Park Police in April. So not a violent history that we know of. Nonetheless, still, the illegal part, where you cross into the country illegally is obviously a crime itself. But yeah.
If it wasn't for that disabled car, would that area have been searched? Was that on your radar?
That area is probably about 7 miles away from the murder location, but a good distance away from where she went missing. So we are thankful that the Maryland State Police had the ability to locate that body based on that call for service.
Chief, was this suspect subject to an ICE detainer from that spring arrest?
He was not at that. He was not subject to an ICE detainer based on that spring arrest.
On any other?
We believe that one was issued yesterday.
County executive or whoever wants to handle this, that's going to be an aspect of this case given our time today and age.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about that?
So, as was indicated, he was arrested by U.S. Park Police, which falls under the auspices of the federal government. So the federal government arrested him in April of this year on a DUI charge. He was then released pending his trial. I don't believe his trial date has come up yet. So what we know is that he did not, according to our records, have any contact at the state level, but he was arrested by federal authorities in April.
I imagine that there's going to be some reaction to this man's arrest now in the news nationally. What are your thoughts about that? Is his status relevant at all in this case? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that the U.S. Government has made status of individuals relevant. This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him. So I think the questions should be asked of the Justice Department. Thank you.
Jay?
People now have to face this charges.
So pretty much from there, they just continue asking a few more questions, nothing with any real depth at the moment, because obviously we know why. They didn't have a whole lot of information that they were able to share at the time. So as soon as the court documents and all those records become available, I will definitely share those out. And as soon as I get in touch with them, I will definitely share those out. Okay. So I ran across this, and we were wondering if we were going to see her soon again after all the shenanigans that she has just had in the court system most recently. But I found this, and so I'm going to share it with you guys because I think it's most awesome. On a completely separate note, Prince George's County sounds so fancy. I'm from Clay County. Boring. I don't know. Clay County sounds kind of cool. It sounds resourceful, if you will. Sorry, I know it was kind of cheesy. Okay, so here's this train wreck. Child killer Lori Vallow sends cryptic message from prison to her only surviving son during a crime conviction. It's her way of trying to say she's still good and basically godly, Colby Ryan said in response to his mom's words. Lori Vallow, the Idaho woman convicted of killing 2 of her children and conspiring to kill several others as part of what she claimed was a grand religious prophecy, sent a message to her only surviving son. Hey, Ava, nice to see you. Oh, in Minnesota. Minnesota. I can hear you say that in an accent, and I haven't even heard your voice. I know, Hannah. I thought we were done with this witch. Colby Ryan, an adult, appeared on a panel at CrimeCon 2025. I'm telling you, everybody was at CrimeCon. Everybody but us in Denver on Friday. So obviously he's doing better because he was in a whole world of hurt in the hospital, right? Wasn't he in the hospital and it was like, oh, my heart attack and then this, that, and the other, and just like sick. And so, yeah, I'm glad to hear that he's doing better. I haven't watched his channel in a minute because I just haven't. But anyway, he appeared on a panel at CrimeCon 2025 in Denver on Friday, September the 5th. The panel was hosted by journalist Nate Eaton, and during the conversation, Eaton said that Vallow had found out about the panel and sent him a message to share with her son. We weren't part of the cool kids. He went twice in 1 week. Wow. We weren't part of the cool kids this time. We were all busy with real life YouTubes. It was a stroke, not a heart attack. I apologize. I misspoke. Thank you, Southern Cats. I appreciate that. Not a heart attack, yeah. My granddaughter, my grandson live south in the cities. Ooh. If you talk to Colby, please tell him that I love you very much no matter what, Vallow said in her message read by Eaton per a clip he shared on X and Instagram. Let me go see if I can find it. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Here we go.
And I've shared this with these guys backstage. They said it was okay if I shared it with you all. If you talk to Colby, please tell him that I love him very much, no matter what, in all caps. You can ask him about Matthew 25, which looked up, and it's parable of the wheat and the tares and the parable of the 10 virgins, I believe. Any idea what that scripture reference means?
It's her trying to talk about the wicked versus the good being sifted apart, basically. So it's her way of trying to say that she is still good and basically godly.
Do you want to talk to her again? Okay, well, let's not talk about her anymore today.
Agreed. Golly. Some nerve. Hey, Cindy. Welcome in. How are you? How's your day been? So, yeah. Oh, look at this. It was right here underneath. I looked it up on X, but as if I had just scrolled down just a little bit more, it was right there. So she continued, you can ask him about the Bible verse, which we heard Eaton then said he looked up the verse and that the audience and told the audience that it was in reference to the parable of the wheat and the tares and the parable of the 10 virgins, I believe. Any idea what the scripture meant? And we just heard Ryan say that he believed the message was simply an attempt for his mother to appear godly. It's her trying to talk about the wicked and the good being sifted apart, basically. So it's her way of trying to say she's still good and basically godly. Wow. These are her children, JJ and Tylee Ryan. At one point, Vallow allegedly told her friend that Tylee and JJ were zombies. Yes, we know the story there. Insane. She just doesn't give up. Okay. Is there anybody here in the chat right now that does not know the story of missing Sebastian Rogers? You're good, Cindy. Thank you for coming in. Hannah says, hello. My opinion, I think Nate should have done it privately. I was shook seeing this. Maybe it was pre-planned and Colby was prepared. I don't know. But nothing that woman does probably surprises him anymore. Hello, Cindy. Norma says. Okay. Yes. Sadly, most of us know the story. So I don't usually talk on the situation just because of the controversial nature of the case. But I do want to bring this up. And then I have like a very funny closing that happened yesterday with some parts of another creator more in the drama crama sector. And then what happened yesterday with in her life. I know, just go away. Just go away. So the search for Sebastian Rogers, this is actually from the FBI website. Now, I know that there was some controversy I heard yesterday or day before about some of the dates being wrong and some of those things, things of that nature. So the people that know the case will be able to easily decipher where some of the issues may be coming up at. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to his whereabouts. This was offered as early as the middle of, I think, early last year. I know, been a minute. This is a new photo to me. I have seen these. This photo with him holding a pair of shoes I have not seen previously. This is new to me. I had seen this one, and then we've seen this one of them before. I've seen all of these, and then she had, Katie had talked about this one in the school and him having a milk mustache that day. But this very mature-looking photo of Sebastian I had not seen. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Glitter, not at all. Yeah, Sebastian. Green hearts in the chat for Sebastian. That's his favorite color. So on February 26, 2024. See, originally I think that had said 2025, so they went and corrected that. So that's wonderful. Katie Proudfoot went to wake up her 14-year-old son for school. To her surprise, he was nowhere to be found. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers had spent the previous day with his mother. The pair shopped at a department store, playing video games at a bowling alley, and had dinner at a local restaurant, which we know which restaurant that is based on everything that we've seen, the headlines at the Texas Roadhouse there in Tennessee. Local restaurant before heading home for the evening. After returning to their home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, Katie and Sebastian prepared for bed, saying goodnight sometime between 9 and 10 p.m. He was 15 at the time. Yes, 15 at the time. And he's 16 now. Very good, thank you. I knew there was going to be some inconsistencies. You guys are smart. You guys are so smart. I mean, I know that most of us have been watching this for the last 18 months. So okay, after returning to their home between 9 and 10. Okay. Katie told us a little bit before 10 p.m. she heard a loud bang coming from Sebastian's room. So she yelled out to ask him if he was okay, to which he responded that he was, said Detective Brandon Carter from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. She told him to go to bed because they had to be up early for school the next morning. In interviews, Katie has said she heard a loud noise and she told him, "I don't know what you're doing in there, but go to bed." Again, he was 15 years old. Boys bang around, girls bang around. It probably didn't call an alarm to her at that time. So Katie called her husband, who was out of town in Southwest Tennessee. He wasn't in Southwest Tennessee for work. He was not in Tennessee for work. And the two of them spoke for nearly 2 hours before she went to sleep around midnight. There's so many things that I don't understand. We were told they had a 3-hour phone call. He was out of state for work. So I'm not sure where this information is coming from or if we have it wrong. I mean, there's a chance, right? Do we have it wrong? Because if this is coming from the detective in the case, maybe we have it wrong after all this time. I'm not sure. The next morning was the beginning of what would become a massive search effort for Sebastian. Katie called her husband and told him that she couldn't find Sebastian, that he wasn't in his room or anywhere in the house, said Carter. Katie got into her car and drove around the neighborhood and to Sebastian's school, which was less than a mile away from their house, searching for Sebastian before returning home. I believe I've heard tell and heard on the dispatch audio that she was on the phone with Chris and that he told her to turn around and go back to the house because the police were on their way to the house. He quietly followed this case because all of the drama and the chaos around the case. Yes, I get that. I get that. Thank you, Norma. Thank you, Glitter. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Excuse me. During this time, her husband called the local emergency communications center to report Sebastian as missing. In the early days of the search, it seems Sebastian vanished without a trace. This case was kind of a question mark, said FBI Nashville Special Agent Robert Barrett. Mom wakes up and he's just gone. There's a question mark, and we've got to figure out what happened. The question mark only grew bigger as the search went on. Sebastian did not take any clothes, shoes, money, food, or his cell phone, said Carter. His cell phone and cash were both lying on the dining room table where they had been the day before, when he went to bed. According to Katie, there was a small yellow flashlight that she thinks was missing, but that was the only thing that appeared to be gone from the house. The first week in the search for Sebastian was a massive community and interagency effort between the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Emergency Management Agency, Hendersonville Police, Gallatin Police, Tennessee Highway Patrol, the FBI, Metro Police, Wilson County Sheriff's Office, Sumner County EMS, Sumner County Emergency Response Team, and several other agencies throughout Tennessee. That's quite a search. Quite a search. He was working in Memphis on an extension at the hospital. Yeah, Jude's. Yeah, Jude. St. Jude's or whatever, right? St. Jude's. The search consisted of about a 4.5-mile radius around Sebastian's home, said Carter. There were roughly 2,000 searchers equipped with an app tracking their movements. The searchers could also use the app to plot things on a map that they observed while they were out searching. The total area they covered within that 4.5-mile radius was equivalent to a combined 44,000 acres. In addition to ground searchers, law enforcement employed every available resource at their disposal to locate Sebastian. Fire departments, mounted patrols, ATVs, search and rescue, canines, drones, helicopters, and even an airplane. During day 2 of the search, the Sumner County Sheriff's Department reached out to the FBI for assistance and specific resources that could potentially help find Sebastian, who has high functioning autism. I contacted our FBI child abduction rapid deployment team for initial consults, and then they brought in the FBI behavioral analysis unit to assist, said Barrett. The BAU shared a statistic that about 50% of autistic children are prone to wander. They're also naturally drawn to bodies of water, and 71% of fatal outcomes involving missing autistic children were a result of drowning. It is said by his father that Sebastian did have an affinity for water and that he was a good swimmer. It has been said by Seth. That information helped us focus such efforts in and around bodies of water. The search team drained ponds and searched the waterways and lakes looking for Sebastian. I remember them draining the retention pond, especially one directly behind the house. I don't remember. I mean, I don't remember which lakes they looked in, but I know that there was some search on waterways, and I remember seeing that early on in the case too. A lot of people on YouTube were searching on the waterways. In addition, law enforcement searched almost every home in the neighborhood. Video recordings from nearby homes and a dashboard camera in Katie's car showed that Katie and Sebastian didn't leave the house after their return home from dinner, and that no other cars were seen coming or going from Katie's home during the evening and early morning hours of the night or day Sebastian disappeared. So this is critical to me. This is a critical change from what we've heard in the past. The lights videos, cars coming in and out of the neighborhood, things that we've heard previously. So what they're saying is that there was factually a video recording inside of Katie's car that showed that they didn't get back in the car, which has been a long-standing question in the community. Did Katie go back out to the car? Did her and Chris put, Sebastian in the car in the middle of the night and run him somewhere? So it's saying that she didn't leave the house again after she returned home from dinner, and they were unable to locate any other cars in or out of the area during the night or day Sebastian disappeared. Katie's okay. No other cars were seen coming or going from Katie's home. Not that they weren't in the neighborhood, but just from Katie's home during the evening and early morning hours of the night or day Sebastian disappeared. That doesn't not okay. So that does not mean that there weren't people in the neighborhood. It just means that they weren't in or out of Katie's home. We have followed through on every tip that has come in, said Josh Savley, special agent in charge for the Criminal Investigation Division at the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Some of those tips we continue to examine at a deeper level, but the vast majority we have cleared as either being irrelevant or ended with no results. The lack of answers in the search for Sebastian has pushed the community to widely share the story on online platforms. Hello, how you doing? But law enforcement reminds the public to be wary of misinformation from unverified sources. All we have is what you give us, folks. That's all we have. All we can do is base it on what you guys give us. And let's be respectfully honest, not a lot has come out in this case since the beginning. There's a whole case that we've built out of just speculation and lack of information up to this point. So the lack of answers in the search for Sebastian is exactly what they're saying. So Sebastian's disappearance has deeply affected our community, said Carter. We understand the desire for the community to want answers and for us to explain every step of this investigation. But we can't release all the case details without risking the integrity of the investigation. We ask that the community refocus on what matters most, and that's finding Sebastian. Staying united and supportive will bring us closer to the answers that we're looking for. Again, respectfully, what do we do? How do we? So you don't want us talking about the case, but you want us to use any of the case details that we have, not risk the integrity of the investigation, but still talk about it. How do we refocus on finding Sebastian from where I sit right now? What should I do to help refocus the situation or refocus my supportive effort to help find Sebastian, besides reading what we do have, right? Rubber, thank you so much. Promptly sharing tips and information with the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, or the FBI is the best way to help find Sebastian. So if we're not getting any tips or information, there's not a whole lot we can do, right? Yeah, this is it, right, Cindy? This is what we can do. If you have any information concerning the whereabouts of Sebastian Rogers, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. This is the number here, 615-451-3838. The TBI, 1-800-TBI-FIND. Or you can go to tips to TBI at tbi.tn.gov. You can also contact your local FBI office, the nearest American embassy or consulate, or you can submit a tip to online, tips.fbi.gov. Continue to share Sebastian's official missing flyer and don't wait, said Sheriff Eric Craddock. If you see something, say something immediately, and if you call right then, we can get someone on the hot trail. Sebastian was 5'5", 5'5" tall at the time of his disappearance, around 110 to 115 pounds when he was last seen. He has brown hair and eyes that look hazel or brown. He would now be 16 years old. Sebastian has medical conditions, including autism, that may impair his ability to return safely without assistance. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $50,000 for information leading to Sebastian's whereabouts. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office, TBI, and FBI are still working collaboratively, sharing tips and information, and urging the public to work with law enforcement in hopes of bringing Sebastian home. I did not know this part was down here. Okay, so this is going to put a rest to something, apparently. Case rumors versus reality. 2 rumors in the search for Sebastian have been disproven. The flashlight theory. You guys know what the flashlight theory is, right? Most of us have watched throughout the last, like I said, months on different things that were coming up in the community and different theories. So a house down the street from Sebastian's had security video footage from the night of his disappearance. The camera, angled in a direction that happened to be facing Sebastian's backyard, captured 2 small moving lights. At first glance, the lights appeared to be right in Sebastian's yard, suggesting someone was lurking with 2 flashlights in hand, a potential suspect giving Sebastian's disappearance the same night. However, when law enforcement further investigated the video, they disproved this theory. The dark sky and camera angle combined had distorted the security footage. When they examined the video in relation to the topography of the area, they found that the lights were actually coming from a pair of truck headlights flickering through the trees from a street atop a hill about 300 yards. Law enforcement further investigated to confirm that the flashlights were actually headlights. They also created an overlay of the security footage in daylight with the topographic map. In the daylight, it would have been clear that the lights were coming from the hill. Okay. And it's coming from the FBI. I mean, we're wanting information on the case. I guess we're going to have to accept what they're giving us, right? For the most part, for now. The person in the green hoodie theory. A video surfaced of Sebastian and Katie in the parking lot of the local restaurant they visited the night Sebastian disappeared. In the video, a person in a green hoodie briefly interacts with Katie. Suspicions arose that in this short interaction, the person in the green hoodie was planning something with Katie related to Sebastian's disappearance. Law enforcement spoke with the employees at the restaurant who confirmed this person in the green hoodie was a frequent customer and helped identify them. Law enforcement went to meet this person, who happened to be wearing the same green hoodie in the video, and confirmed that they were not a suspect. Why didn't they tell us that? I know. Well, maybe they're not watching all the controversy online. I don't know. But I agree with you. It's like, the more you tell us, the less we're going to be speculative. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true either, is it? I'd say the less we would be speculative. But I don't think that's true either. I think we continue to be speculative. So as I stated earlier, there is a sector that kind of crosses over with true crime that's in what we call true crime or crama or drama or whatever you want to call it. But I thought it was a very interesting show of it. Anyway, some of you will understand why I'm showing this. Some of you won't. It's just kind of a little breather. I believe they're watching. I think they just thought, nope, I'm not getting that. They were being smart. Maybe they are watching. I mean, I've heard that there are, task force and people that sit in chats and sit in on YouTube or different areas of social media. Sorry for coughing in your ear. Different areas of social media that actually do have a very large presence. I mean, we don't know who people are. We don't know who people are. There's 15 people in chat, and if only 2 or 3 people are talking, we don't know who these other 12 people are. So, Cluminati had a visitor yesterday. So there is a sector of the community that is waiting on some either C&D or lawyer paperwork or some kind of thing to happen because apparently there's some drama surrounding one creator to another creator and some of the things that are going on around that. Um, that's right. And sometimes people go undercover and they're undercover for years. You might be undercover, Glitter. It might be you, ma'am. And I mean, undercover, they'll act like just like one of us. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And okay, most of you know who Cluminati is, so I'm going to put her link in the description if you guys want to go and sub up to her. She gets kind of funny. It is what it is. I'm going to leave it at that. I thought this was humorous, so I'm going to close out Palette Cleanse with this, and then chat with you guys a little bit, and then take off for the night. And we'll do this again tomorrow. I thought this was kind of funny. So, me share this screen. Okay, Illuminati. Thank you very much for allowing us to watch this. Hopefully you guys will find it as humorous as I did. Some of you know who Seth Rogers and Chris Proudfoot are, and like I said, the drama and stuff that surrounds Sebastian's case. Cluminati has been heavily involved with the Proudfoots. J is for Justice has been heavily involved in the case. Brittany J has been very heavily involved in the case, and then there's a whole sector over there that kind of does their little thing. So she did look really pretty last night, and I love that shirt. I think I saw Rubber asking where she got the top. All right, so let's watch a little bit of this.
True.
Oh, strong language. Let me make that bigger so you guys can see this face that she's making. I just can't.
No, she was on the camera button. Fake. What did y'all say? Whoo, you won. 62% went with.
That was moving so fast.
Fake.
So fast.
You see what that
today that called the Medicaid office and tried to have my kids' Medicaid turned off. Clue. Tried to have my kids medical.
You guys know that's a blatant accusation, a false accusation. FYI. Didn't happen. That's not true.
Look at her face.
Is that my paperwork? What's wrong?
You summoned it.
You summoned
my
it.
paperwork's here? I think my fucking paperwork is here. Hold on. BRB.
Hey, come on, sir. You come back here. I need to get you on camera with this drone. We'll sign, but I need you to hold.
So you can hear Cletus in the background going, "I need to get you on camera giving these paper out," and she's wondering what in the hell Cletus is doing, bringing a man into their bedroom in their house.
What, you inviting a stranger into this fucking house? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me get a hold of my motherfucking household real quick.
Get a hold of my household real quick. She even turns off her camera. And the chat is already going, Cletus, are you kidding? And Jay's for Justice, she's like, what?
You good?
You don't know him.
Sit down. Unmute that microphone. Get this man on the record.
Hi.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Deputy Samael with the hashtag.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm here to serve some
Bitch.
So I'm looking for are you a
bitch?
Illuminati, aka Ricky Dawn Smith and
I swear I hate you motherfuckers.
walks into the room and he has a hat on with braids underneath hanging down. His badge says Samael, and he's got a pillow underneath his stomach. And he walks in. He says, "Wait a minute, this is Deputy Samael."
What in the fuck are you wearing?
My gun, hold on.
You got a super soaker.
Please get a picture of him right now.
He said he's got a super soaker.
You've been served on behalf of #FUBJ.
What is in here? What is this? Paper? Do you motherfuckers even know who this is? Yeah, they know your voice. Look at what he wrote. Paper.
Yeah, the chat already knew.
#FUBJ. I was so fucking excited. I really thought that bitch was serving me. I was happier than hell. Fuck y'all. What are you doing? And why are you dressed like that? I know who you're trying to be.
You gotta fit the part.
Turn your camera around.
Chris says you gotta fit the part.
Hold on, let me turn this light up.
And then she's
Look
gonna
at
show
this.
him. He's over there with the cowboy hat with the braids and a big old belly with his super soaker in his pocket.
Look at this motherfucker, y'all. Can you see him? Oh my God. I'm so irritated right now. I really thought I was getting fucking. Show me your.
His fucking badge says Samael.
My name. That's my name. Deputy Samael. And I'm with the Special Police Department from the #FUBJ.
Show me your thing.
Yeah, I got my
super soaker.
My super soaker.
I can't stand y'all. Well, I'm gonna get off here and go visit with the process server.
You guys make sure that you go and give her a like and share that if you want to. I thought, yeah, it made my night. It made my night last night. I was not expecting it because I think I called Rubber on the phone right after that, and I was in tears because right after that, the chat just lit up green, and the support that they were showing for Sebastian was beautiful. Katie apparently was there, and I think I even read in the chat that Stephen Crabtree was out there too. So yeah, we were cracking up. But I literally started crying after. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like the most beautiful thing ever. Like even in all of that, the support that Cluminati and the community that she's built off of the drama and the trauma has shown an immense amount of favor towards raising money for Sebastian and for the kids. Yeah, I heard it because she's like, "Hi" in the back. Yeah, we were all cracking up. It was really funny. Yeah, and there are times that they do like her and Elevated Truth and Cletus and Stephen Crabtree and a couple of other people. They do like a Saturday Night Live thing once in a while. Coming up on their anniversary in October, I will definitely go back over and do a comedy live watch this SNL with you guys because I thought it was absolutely hilarious last year. Okay, guys, I think I've been here about an hour and a half, about an hour and 40 minutes, and it's been awesome hanging out with you. Thank you all for being here with me today. We're definitely going to start going live on a more regular basis. I think I have pretty much chosen 7 o'clock Central as my time. I like it. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody who wants to join that live can join that live. It'll be a lot of fun. And yeah, the reason that I saw somebody say that earlier, the reason that I don't go on camera yet is because everything that I think or feel is on my face and I can't hide it. And so when I'm feeling like disagreeable or too agreeable or too overly excited, it's all on my face. And I don't want you guys to see that right away. I kind of want to build my my thought process on doing the things the right way and then kind of crashing it out with that. I'm gonna do my thought process is to do Monday through Saturday, or I'm sorry, Sunday through Thursday, and take Friday and Saturday off. But that being said, I really like the Friday night feel with you guys, so we'll see. But regularly, at least 5 nights a week. That's what I want to do. At least 5 nights. Sorry I didn't chat much. You're organizing your jewelry and doing your stuff. You're doing your stuff. You gotta do your stuff. Glitter, are you still working on your channel, love? Are you still doing your things, getting your stuff out there? Teresa, I love having her here. She knows her stuff too. She's sitting in chat. Tomorrow she'll say all the right cool stuff. It's been a bad week. Ava, is it your health? I'm so sorry. So sorry. Did you hide glitter? Oh no. Thank you, Orange. I love having you here. You guys are amazing. I mean, there's no reason for me to sit up here and talk to myself. So yeah. Oh, glitter was hidden. Anna. She says yes. Help. Poor glitter. Oh. Friday and Saturday, you're good. I don't know, maybe we'll just do it 7 nights a week. I mean, why not? Let's just hang out all the time. Glitter, I'm so sorry. Oh, Ava, my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully things will get up and start going on the up and up for you. I know you've been through a hard couple of months. Lola jumped up there and hid glitter. Oh, you guys. Oh, I didn't get to play that recently. I love your face. It's funny, I've done it many times. I deleted somebody's comment and hid them usually because my cat stepped on my phone. Oh my gosh. So are you working on your channel, Glitter? Cindy is sending you hugs. We're all sending you hugs. Your brother-in-law is arrested. Oh my goodness, Ava. If you need, you know where to find me, Ava. If you need to talk. Still working on it. You can't go live until you get another laptop, but you're still posting. Girl, you get on that phone. You can go live on the phone. You can let us know who you are. We'll be glad to. I'm so sorry. It was kind of Donald Duck, I think. I love your face. I love your face. Kind of amazing. I love your face. They got all kinds of new stuff here in StreamYard now, like the applause, there's drum rolls now. They got all kinds of stuff. We can applaud ourselves. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. You know the funny stuff. But yeah, Glitter. I'm telling you right now, StreamYard works on the phone. It works on the phone. And they're doing all kinds of cool stuff. So don't not go live. Even if you just talk, like some people, you have a moo? Moo. Oh, you have one? We missed you too. I always miss you guys when I can't come on. It's like last week I got to do Monday and then I didn't get to do anything all week. Nanny has her days where it's good and then she has her days when it's not so good. Some days she wants to fish. Some days she wants to fist fight me, and that is the honest to God truth. And I love her, and some days it's not so good. Some days it's good. Just go through and we roll with the punches. Well, I think too, if you download the CapCut and kind of like record what you want to record in the background, and then you go live, and you can set it as your background, and you can kind of scroll through. Like I have a Brian Koberger transcript, like a document that has 158 pages that I want to do, but I don't want to do it on the computer because it takes so long. So I want to do it on my phone, and I actually may come on camera for that one because that way I could scroll up and read the transcript. Then again, I may ask if there's like, a couple of you that want to do a dramatic reading, like allegedly speculating and I do on that transcript. It depends. Some people are tired of Koberger. I won't ever be tired of the case until I find out the motive. That's my thought process, but no, it's not easy. It's not easy. And all of this stuff just started happening after her decline in the rehab, and then she had a recurring infection. Yeah. Practice makes perfect. I did one live on my phone while I was in the rehab with Nanny, and I erased it right away. But it was nice because I was able to get on here and I saw people, and I was like, "Oh, look at this! I don't have to set up anything; it just kind of goes up." So it was fun. It was kind of fun. All right, guys. If there's anything I can do for you, make sure you reach out to my email. Most of you know how to find me in Discord if you need anything at all. Otherwise, I will see you soon, and I really appreciate you all. She does. So what I do is I get up. When I get up in the morning, I go over there. We get up, we open all the curtains, we get dressed. It's really hard for a 93, almost 94-year-old to get dressed every single day. Put the hearing aids in, brush the hair, do all of the things. Mom helps her get her breakfast. She's still wants to be very independent, but she is still going through, the sundowning for sure. For sure. Oh, well, we can practice together. Reach out anytime. Anyways, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. As always, really, seriously, thank you for hanging out with me. We'll do this again soon. Good night.